I'm James Maina, IT support at Wesley Mission Hospital and also at the Betty Maviti Roberts Education Center. Also, I am the one who shoots the videos and also photos that you'll be watching and you have been watching. And I want to share the impact that you have as Kenya Partner in our community. In 1992, there was a war in our local area where we were living, and we had to be displaced and moved to another area, that is Central Kenya. We didn't have a home, we didn't have a house, so we lived as squatters. So my mom and my dad, having just a little education, that meant that they didn't have any jobs. So they depended on the farm to give us food and to cater for our needs. And now without source of income, it meant as a kid we also had to work to get food. Someday we have to be paid $50 so that we could get lunch. So the other thing is education was expensive. My mom and my dad could not afford. So I would go to school maybe 1 out of the 3 terms. But thank God I was bright. So I kept going to do the exam and move to the next class. My life changed when I was sponsored when I was in grade 7. And then I went to class 8. So in a boarding school, I had food, clothing, and everything. And I was able to join high school until I went also to college. So looking at these kids when they come for food, it reminds me how I used to feel, very hungry. Sometimes my stomach making sound in class because it's very empty. You try to concentrate, but you can't because there was nothing I could do. My mom didn't have food, and sometimes there is no work for us to do. So when I look at these kids carrying plate, some of them, they're too young even to work. I feel the same pain. It reminds me a lot. The other thing is education. Because I grew in a very poor background, there is nothing motivated me to work hard or even want to be someone else because everyone around me was poor. So when these kids come to our school, the Betty Maviti Roberts Education Center, their mind are changed. They can see that their life can change from being poor to rich. Some of these kids come from very, very poor background. They live inside a dump site. So the only thing they see is poverty, where they sleep, the house they live in, the surrounding. So there is nothing to motivate them until they are brought to our school. So I would like to plead with you, dig deep in your pockets and contribute more, because I can see the impact you're doing with these kids. When you sponsor them, you give them food, they have a future, they have a tomorrow. Please, thank you for your work that you're doing. Sometimes we have food, but it's not enough. We either have to cut the portion you're giving the kids, or sometimes these kids, they have to go back without food because there is nothing we can give them. But when you give, these kids can continue and continue having a future. Some of these kids, the reason when they take that plate, the next hope they have is that tomorrow we come to the same place and get another plate. So their future is focused on you contributing. So thank you for what you're doing. I am the product of the people who are kind like you. Your charitable work will change this community. Thank you.